Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jeanelle Slade.
And I'm Jay Cohn. Some Billings parents infuriated by a psychology assignment from the Career Center that some deem pornographic.
The website in question, the Gender Ad Project, which focuses on using sex and gender in advertising.
The website brands itself as an educational resource and shows explicit images used for advertising, but it has some Billings parents and students asking why.
For one parent who brought the issue to the district's attention, he says this specific assignment should be considered against the law.
I'm here tonight to tell you how serious a matter this is and will become for you, the school district. We're dealing with an issue that may qualify as criminal sexual abuse of minor children under Montana and federal law.
Now, Lurker says he wants the teacher removed from the classroom.
But as Q2's Dustin Kleeman reports, that's not likely. Dustin, how did the district respond tonight?
Well, Jay and Jeanelle, School District 2 officials who reviewed the lesson found it to be outstanding and well planned, but said the website used was inappropriate. Superintendent Terry Bauk said he dealt with the personnel issue and met with the district's legal team to review the situation. And tonight, Bauk backed the teacher's ability in the classroom.
She is a quality teacher, and I'm gonna say that she is a quality teacher who made a big mistake in my eyes as superintendent.
Several others also spoke in support of the teacher. The website was labeled political by the district's internet filter, not pornographic. It has now been banned, and the district plans to review and upgrade its filter that screens material by age of student. Jay and Jeanelle.
All right, thanks, Dustin.
In other news tonight, the goal to transform the Billings downtown now features a partnership between the city and a development group.
But the next 12 months will be critical to determine just how this proposal will take shape and what it entails. Now, there are still a number of questions as to what the One Big Sky project will actually look like. The answer, whatever the planning process comes up with. The money raised by Billings leaders and the city for this part of the planning process, $675,000, means it will stay in the local economy.
But the developer says Billings faces consequences if it chooses to forego what the planning process offers.
But I think the ultimate reality and the ultimate decision that has to be made by leadership is, if not this plan, then what? There is a counter to this. If we develop a good plan and it has an economic and a visionary aspect to it that really can be driven to build a new future for Billings, if we choose not to follow that path, then that doesn't mean, we just set that aside and life goes on. That means you've chosen an alternative path. And I think we're going to find in time that that alternative path does not have a robust future. And so that's part of the work that we have to do.
And Dunn says it is not out of the question to see the first shovel dig in by next summer.
Montana Attorney General Tim Fox revealed today that he had surgery 2 weeks ago for colon cancer. Fox says he's feeling pretty good now, but wants to spread the word about getting routine checkups. Fox said the cancer was first discovered during a checkup in late February. He then had surgery March 29th at the Mayo Clinic in Minnesota to remove 7 inches of his colon.
Many of the opportunities that come in this office and in this role for serving my constituents somewhat drop into my lap. And this is one example of that certainly I didn't want to get cancer, didn't know I was going to get cancer, but what a great way to get the message out that people ought to take care of themselves and get their health screenings. I have a lot left to be done here at the Attorney General's office, and really I can't afford to be sick, and so I don't plan to be sick.
Fox pointed out he's not out of the woods yet, but wants to get out the word about the importance of those routine checkups.
The suspect accused of beating a lame deer woman to death in 2016 claims another man is responsible. 34-year-old Whitebird Limpy is charged in U.S. District Court in Billings with second-degree murder for the death of Julia Stump. Stump was found dead along U.S. Highway 212. A judge recently granted Limpy's request to introduce evidence that another man is culpable. In court documents, Limpy claims Albert Whitehair played a role in the murder. Limpy says Whitehair is a former romantic partner of the victims and notes that Whitehair has former convictions for domestic abuse. The trial is set for May.
Late today, a judge refused to grant a temporary restraining order to to block prosecutors from reviewing the documents seized by the FBI when it raided the office and the home of President Trump's personal attorney.
But the judge ordered prosecutors to share those documents with the defense. Meg Oliver reports.
President Trump and his personal attorney, Michael Cohen, argued that the materials should be protected by attorney-client privilege. They asked the court to allow them to look over the items first. The judge said no. Instead, she instructed prosecutors to build a searchable database of the documents without examining their contents. That database will be shared with Cohen and Trump's legal team. The judge indicated she may appoint a third party to review the material. Among those at the hearing was Stormy Daniels, the adult film actress who received $130,000 from Cohen shortly before the 2016 election.
For years, Mr. Cohen has acted like he is above the law. That ends now.
There was drama inside the courtroom as well. At one point, the judge demanded a list of Cohen's clients, something the lawyer had previously refused to disclose. Cohen represented 3 people in 2017, the president, GOP fundraiser Elliot Brody, and a prominent person whose identity he wanted to protect. There were gasps when that third person was revealed as Fox News host Sean Hannity. On his show on Monday, Hannity said Cohen never represented him in any manner.
I never retained his services. I never received an invoice. I never paid Michael Cohen for legal fees.
No date was given for the next hearing in the case. Meg Oliver, CBS News, New York.
Hannity also says he assumed his brief discussions with Cohen would be confidential under attorney-client privilege.
On the weather seat tonight, Bob, it was a beautiful day, but tonight some viewers may see some snow.
Yeah, especially in the county part of the area. Let me show you what's happening out there. We go to our basically our high resolution forecast model, and you can see a little rain up to the north, a little snow towards the southwest. It's that snow in the southwest we're keeping an eye on. You notice by later tonight at 1 a.m., they're looking at rain all across Billings area, across much of south central Montana, and indeed Yellowstone County. Then look at this. As we zoom in, here's what it looks like tomorrow morning. Snow just to the south and east of Billings. Little scattered rain showers just to the north and west of Billings. So we're probably going to be in and out of some spotty rain and snow showers. I think you'll probably see some snow up in the Emerald Hills or something like that. But let me show you how much precipitation we're going to get. We may wind up with about a quarter inch of rain out of this before things are over and done with in the morning. We'll have more on that coming your way in a few more minutes.
All right. Thanks, Bob.
If you didn't get your taxes filed by April 15th, not to worry, there is a built-in extension this year. 2 extra days, in fact. Now, because April 15th fell on a Sunday this year, the usual deadline was pushed forward 1 day. And because Washington, D.C. celebrates Emancipation Day today, April 16th, taxpayers get another day. So that means you have until midnight tomorrow, that's Tuesday, to get both state and federal returns postmarked or electronically filed. Did you get yours done? Oh, yeah. We did ours today. Next on your Q2 10 o'clock news, we head to the set of the nation's #1 television drama and show you the Billings connection. That story coming up and later tonight. We're going to head back to a time when Montana, Wyoming, and Russia all came together for a cause. And in sports tonight, we hear from Mick Durham, officially introduced today as MSUB's new men's basketball coach.
You're watching MTN News with Jay Cohn and Jeanelle Slade. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Green. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.